So today we're just going to go over, we're going to do a refresher training for net metering cases, and this is going to focus on searching and on filing public comments in a case, and also on notices of intervene and motions to intervene and how to file those in a case as well. So we started off today by going to the search by case number navigation bar up top here. There's a button, and we entered in 3409 because we knew the case number. And once we click over here, it brings us directly to the case. Now, to file public comments in this specific case, you would click right up here and say add a public comment. And then there are some questions below. We won't go through that now because we're going to focus on some other ways to search. So in the top navigation bar here, there's lists of searches. And we're going to kind of go through this in the sense of we don't necessarily know the case number.
But there's lots of different ways. If you look down this whole page, excuse me, there's lots of different ways to look. You can go under all cases. If you know the attorney for the case, one of the easiest ways, if you don't know a bunch about it, you can go to well, all cases is a good one. Let's start with that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we can do also, this one's good because you can do, if you know who filed or who the petitioner is, the applicant, any of the parties. That's a nice one because the upper right you'll see that one you could put in a party, and that should list out we shall see. Oh, here we go. What do we get? There we go. That'll give you some choices that way. You can also fill in the top with as much or as little information besides the party or participant that you have that can help you bring your search down to a little smaller group of results. So this is a nice one to use. There's also town, which is on this one, but it also on our list of searches there is a search by town. But it's the same idea as this. It's done the same way.
If you click on this little arrow, you can only choose one at a time. However, if you click to the right here, it's a lookup list, so you can select more than one.
So if you're not sure what part of certain county it's in, you can pick just the towns in that county or just the towns you think it might be. This is a nice general search. And again, you can, with that information, put in anything else you might know, what kind of case it is. And as from our results, you can see it might be helpful to use some of the other choices with that one because this gave a lot of our what we call registrations. But if you're not looking for those, you can actually tell it not to search for that. So there's a lot of different ways for searching, which is you can experiment with all of them. There's lots of different choices on our front search page.
And if you click on this filing date, now at first it was showing the most recent on top, and now you see that it's showing some from 2002. So the earliest cases are shown on top. So that's another way to organize and to help find what you're looking for. So if we go back to the list of searches, is there anything else we should cover over here?
I think it's pretty good. That one, basic all cases, or down under right there, searches specific to citing cases is very helpful as well. They're broken down in different ways by the town, like we just did under the other one, advanced notices, metering projects. As you can see, that whole that'll help you narrow your search down as well. We've tried to cover a lot of the things that you might be trying to search by and make it as easy as possible. Are there any questions about searches? All right.
Okay, so let's go back to the public comment. And I'm going to go back to the 3409 case.
All right. So again, the action bar is where you'll see all the choices that you can take. Some are for parties only, and as public comment, obviously you do not have to be a party to use this one, but using it in the case guarantees it goes right into the case file for the matter that you're trying to comment on. And there are just some pretty basic questions here. If you're not filing as yourself, you have to put in what organization. Sometimes you'll find our organization already listed in our database using the search button, or you will have to add it. And if you are adding, you'll see the blue click here to add a person at the top, which can't emphasize enough. Notice it's popped you into a new tab, and you've got to be cognizant of after you're done with this to go back to your filing. And you will see throughout the form, there's some red asterisks next to some of the information asked for. If you see a red asterisk, that means you must fill in that choice. Otherwise, it's going to tell you have an error on your form. So anytime you see a red star, fill it out. And our wonderful CAPTCHA, which is now math questions. Hopefully no one has any trouble with that. And this is where I had mentioned before. You'll see that your filing has been provided to the appropriate staff member. In this case, it was your addition to our database that was given to the appropriate place, not your entire filing. So you have to remember to click back to add public comment at the top, so then you can continue and actually make your filing. And then actually you can do a comment one of two ways. You can actually fill in the box that you see. As you can see, it tells you how many characters you have left. But if you have something more you want to say, or you don't want to have to just fill it in there, you can actually attach your document. And when you do that, in the comment box, if you could put "see attached file," that helps us know that to look for a file and make sure it has been attached. And this next little section is good to know that you can actually subscribe to a case. And what that means is that you go in back to the action bar where we were before. You can subscribe, which just give us a little bit of information in your email. And you will get email alerts with every time the board issues something in a case or someone else files in the case. So you can kind of observe the case from outside without having to be a party. And there you go. That is your sign that you have filed with the board. And here we go. We wanted to see, and that is what it will look like when you go back to the public comments tab.
Within the case.
In the case, right, again.
And you'll see that you can view the comment document here by clicking there, and it will open it up. And then you can also view other information about the case through these different tabs. And as Holly was mentioning earlier, if you wish to subscribe to the case to receive notifications, that's back up here in this action bar, and it's the last entry down here. And you'll just be prompted for an email address, and that is the simple way to sign up to get to the notification. Okay, should move on to filing motion to intervene, or
Filing actual motions or documents within a case? Sure.
okay.
A brief question here.
Sure.
For responses to comments made either by utilities or however, would those letters be submitted via this comments portal as well, or through the traditional email protocol?
Hang on one second, we're just conferring.
Yes, you were talking about if an applicant was to do a response to one of those?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Yep, what you do is see the select action here. There is add all other documents, I believe. There's little choices.
Clicked the wrong one and it brought me to the wrong option, so I'm just going to go back. And
So all other documents, I believe. And what you'd be is a new filing, and you go under document type. This is a great thing to do when you're going to file anything in ePSB. It's always good to look under this little magnifying glass. Type what you think your document might be called, because it's really important to tie it to the right type of document, because that means different things within the system, and a little clearer sometimes to the parties when they get the emails about what you filed. So you'll see on here we have party participant response to public comment. I think that would be, if you're actually the party, that's what you would use. And you just click that to tell it the type. And you can also type in there, very clearly. It can be Green Mountain Power's response to John Smith's comment, or whatever you want to be. You'll upload your document. And this is important as well. Say who's actually making the comment, so that will be clear. You can, if you have more than one, you can do them all right here. Another document, you can do that.
you don't need that, you just click this little minus sign.
And it has been filed. So you'll see under, when you do under the actions, there's a lot of different choices, and you can, it really wouldn't be a comment at brief. So, and when you make a response like that, if you want to check to make sure that it's going to be in there. All other documents is a really great place that will have lots of different filings within there. Go down here. We're on hold. There's a little circle going on at the top. That means you listen to Jeopardy music and you wait a minute. And it will all reload with, there we go, what we had called it, the party participant response to public comment. It will say what you named it, whatever title you wanted to give it, and this is where you can clearly see if there's a long list of them who was filed by. Then you can view it over there. You hit the little blue document folder, that will open it right up. All right, so now we're going to be not a party in a case, but we want to become one. So we're going to add a motion to intervene. And again, our action bar, pick the correct place and answer the questions. Again, if you are this is very important, this one, are you self-represented? A lot of adjoining landowners may be representing themselves, and those kind of things. It's important they answer this, so it will know whether it's you or you have representation that if you say no, it'll give you a place to put in your attorney's information.
And for the document for the motion to intervene, we have some information on our website to assist folks with the information that is needed to be presented in there. But for this case, we just have a blank sort of document up there. And this area is in case there are other accompanying motions that you want to include, and any supporting documentation.
And again, anytime you see the blue circle with the plus, you can keep adding different uploads, as many as you. Yeah, and this will be who is actually wants to intervene in the matter. And again, you can use the search mechanism. If the party has already been in our system, it will show. Otherwise, you will click to add the person, jump into a new screen, add the person, and jump back to your motion that you're trying to add. Oh, and you'll see with this that this is also, by filing your notice of a motion to intervene this way, it's actually a notice of appearance as well. So you don't have to have an extra document on top of the motion. This will constitute your appearance in the matter. And we have filed it. And as Andrea mentioned, we have some forms on our regular website you can use, download, fill, and use that to upload. Use those as informational things to do your own and upload that as well. So there's different ways to do your intervention. All right, and there we go. Under the motions panel, you will see that motion to intervene. And what's good about these panels is you can see the motion status too, that it's still pending. So you go back next time you want to check, and you can see if it says resolved, then you know that someone's motion to intervene has been resolved in one way or the other. All right, and then once a motion to intervene is filed, there will be a comment period for people to respond to motions to intervene, which would be other parties are the ones who can do that. And so what one would do to actually respond to someone's motion to do that, again, would be a new filing. And we'll look again at motion types to see, again, this is how you will start to learn what ones we have names for, and we're also hoping to get on our website soon a nice list of these things so you can look at them in advance of filing and be ready.
So in this case, I selected response to motion. We have a place to upload the document, and then here it's asking us to check which motion we're responding to.
And in some cases, this could be kind of a bigger list as well. If there's lots of interveners or anything like that, so it's important if you can look and make sure you click everything that has to do with what you're doing. And again, supporting documents if you have some, and important who is filing this response.
So in this case, it's the petitioner filing the response.
There we go. So you will see that the response will show, and then right below it is the motion will show, and the response is right below that. And if you click the pluses right there, it will show you what it is responding to, and then the motion will show you what has, what responses have been filed in response to it. So it can show you a nice little line. If there were more people responding, there'll be different responses, but they'll all show under the motion. So it's a nice way to see the timeline of how people are responding to motions. All right. And now there's a motion to intervene, and then we also have a notice of intervention. It's important to know the difference and which type you are wanting and need to file in order to become a party in a case. What's wonderful about this one is we have it right up here. This form can be used to become a party in a case by
regional and municipal planning commissions, municipal legislative bodies, and that's for any cases, and then for adjoining landowners and electric utilities and certain state agencies, they can use this form for net metering cases only. So in this case, we'll select yes, that we're filing on behalf of an organization. If you're requesting a hearing as part of your notice of intervention, that will be attached here. And then this is the organization where, again, it reminds you of which category you'd be in. And I'm selecting here that I'm a planning commission.
All right. Here we go. We used our search to see if who we are filing this for exists in our system. And we do that, or here we go. We'll use the search again. There we go, and all the information that will ask if there are any pro hoc vitae motions. And if there's more than one representative, you can use this plus to add multiples if they're all representing the same party. And that keeps it all, again, nice in one filing. And then that's all you have to do, and by proceeding, they call that your electronic signature. So you have filed your notice. Any questions so far?
Okay, so now we're going to file a motion or a comment in a advance notice type of case. So if you don't know your case number and you just type in AN for advance notice, it will bring up all of the advance notice type of cases. Now I know that the one that I'm thinking of is located in Royalton, and it is this one. So this is the one that I will bring up. And it is the same process. So add a public comment. Individual, we'll select yes, since earlier we selected no.
Because in an advance notice, I think there'll be more people are joining landowners and things now with all the advance notices in the net metering things. The new rule, the larger ones all definitely have to have advance notices. So it'll be a nice way to get it right into the current record for it and right to the applicant. So
And again, if you'd like to receive notices of the actions that are occurring in the case, then you can subscribe to the case above. So if we hit proceed,
And in that instance, too, the same procedure as before, whoever the applicant was of the advance notice, or the filer, I should say, they would respond the same way to those comments in the advance notice. So that way, it'll all be in the record already for when they're ready to file their petition.
Okay, and I think that now would be a good time just to remind folks that the Public Service Board name is changing to the Public Utility Commission. So we will have a new name for our system. It will be EPSB. It will be ePUC. And then in order to reach out to the system admin, the email address will be puc.epuc.
I actually, it's all new, so I don't think we have the ePUC before it.
It's
yeah.
puc.epuc, this admin at vermont.gov.
All of this information is also located right on our homepage, on our traditional website as well, because as you can see, we need to check it to keep up all these changes. Well, but that'll help you out.
Yeah, this is just meant to be a reminder for folks. So,
exactly.
If there are any other questions?
We just were thinking about one other thing that would be a handy little trick to know when you are searching around in the cases, looking for something in a case, wanting to know who's filed notices of intervention, for example, in a matter or motion. So we're going to go to a case. This is going to be a handy trick when you're in a case that has a lot of documents filed. So we will go to all other documents. And again, you will find that cases that have a lot of people involved in the case, a lot of documents filed in the case, will take a little bit longer to populate together to show on your screen. So don't give up. We'll all be there. So we'll keep going down. If that's all what the petitioner filed, this will be all initial documents here while we show in the first. And you can also go up a little bit. You can. There's the minus sign right there, so you know you don't want to look at those documents. You can close them up using that. So it makes, especially cases like this with lots of documents, it'll help you get to where you want to be faster. So here is where all right, you'll see that little blank spot. What just appeared was that little, like a thumbtack looking thing. And if you do that, this is a little filter, which is pretty handy. You can filter the results you see below, either by exacting things like this, or over on the right, you can do it by just kind of document. Whatever affidavits of counsel show, or discovery certificates, anything you can think of that has been filed, cover letters. If you want to just filter it in any way, you can click one. Also, to the right on your screen, when you do it at on your computer, because we are on a larger screen, you can't go over as far, but you can also do it by party, which is very handy. So that way you could put in one of the parties in the case, and it will just pull up everything that that party has filed. I don't know if we tried one of these options here, what is actually in here, which show you how it changes. There we go. That shows us now at the top of our list here all discovery certificates that have been filed in the case. So it will kind of pull things together for you. So if you did do, as I said, party, you did Swanton Wind, it'll show you everything filed by Swanton Wind in this case. So that's a very nice, handy way. And that's a usable thing. You won't see the little pen at the top, as we showed you the first time, it's blank, so you go over it. Anytime you see the circles down the left, that'll be a very good thing to show you that above there will be this handy dandy filter that would be easy to use. So we just remembered we had that little trick up our sleeves to share with you. All right. We think we have covered everything that we had wanted to address today to help you re-up or learn whichever you needed to do about our EPSB system, which is now ePUC very soon. Was there any questions or anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to know about? All right. I think we were very thorough.
Okay, thank you very much for being on and listening to the training today. Appreciate it.
And this training will be, again, uploaded with all of our other training sessions on our website. So if anyone needs a refresher course, forget something, just wants to sit around with some fun entertainment and watch our training, it will be on our website very soon. Thank you.